What is up, people? Primetime Chewy back with another gameplay of the red zone threat wide receiver Primetime Chewy. And in this video I will be showing you weeks 2 and 4 because unfortunately week 3 did not record and I am forced to show you only the stats, and I wish I didn't have to do that because Primetime had a monster game which I will show you the stats of later. Now in week 2 against the Detroit Lions, things were coming in small bunches for me, as you see that 23-yard reception, and I wasn't really getting much in the first half for that matter, except for that catch right there. But as the second half approaches, as you'll see, my touches increase throughout the game. My games so far have been very high scoring, seeing that my defense pretty much blows and Bridgewater makes really good decisions, but on the downside of that, makes really bad decisions, which costs us points and gives the opponents points. So after that 2-point conversion, there was a 100-yard kick return by McKinnon that gives us an 18 or 19-point lead. And there's another small catch that I get in the second half. But we're already up by 19, so I could really care less what I get. I just want to win. And looking at the simulation, Joy Bell running all over us. And another field goal for the Lions. But at this point it really doesn't matter. We're already up by 23. I don't think we're going to lose this game. And it's me beating Darius Slay on the crossing route all the way across the field for that matter. And that's my 5th reception. And another bad decision by Teddy Bridgewater leads to a Brandon Spikes interception, which gives the ball back to Detroit. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. But coming into the fourth at the 19-yard line, another interception by Teddy Bridgewater, which DeAndre Levy runs all the way to the 10-yard line, 11-yard line, which will set up Detroit for easy points. And in the simulation, Golden Tate scores a touchdown on the second play. And another interception by Bridgewater the next drive by Lawson, which he takes it down to the 40, giving Detroit another good field position for the drive. So as you can see, Bridgewater makes a lot of bad decisions. He's already got almost more picks than he has touchdowns, seeing that he throws way too much already. And simulation again, in which Prater kicks another field goal, dropping the lead a little bit, but I run the seam there, catching one for about 30 yards. And this game is nowhere near last game with 12 receptions, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But we're getting some. As Bridgewater throws a dot to me, I wish I could have stayed in bounds because that would have been another touchdown for us. And we're trying to run up the score on Detroit right here, so might as well just keep passing the ball all game, seeing that they can't guard. It seemed a 50-29 score. And that's pretty much it for this game. Bridgewater's gonna throw another interception right here to Brandon Spikes again, and that's gonna do it. We're gonna win this game against the Lions in week 2 by a score of 50-29, just after the simulation. Clock's gonna run out and we're gonna win this game. So a great week 2 showing by the Vikings, and we're gonna walk out of Minnesota with a 2-0 season so far. Only thing, they didn't beat us in rushing yards, but look at Teddy Bridgewater, 5 takeaways. Luckily our defense gets 6 to counter that. 5 interceptions, but 4 touchdowns, so I mean, it's not really that bad. But Peterson had a game with 2 touchdowns. And finally looking at our receiving yards. Wallace 8 for 92, Chewy 7 for 129, Johnson on that side 7 for 125 and a touchdown. All around good game for the Minnesota Vikings. But as you are gonna see next, the stats of from week 3 against the Chargers, losing that game 45-42, and we were down 31-6 in this game. So I mean, a great comeback by us, outscoring the Chargers 36-14 in the 4th quarter. But one mistake by Teddy Bridgewater, throwing a pick 6 to Patrick Robinson. But then you see Chewy's stats: 10 receptions, 338 yards, and 3 touchdowns, which actually gave me the single game record for receiving yards in a game. But who cares? It's a loss. And I do end up scoring on that play, that's why you heard the audio. But in this game, nothing really worked for us. In week 4 against the Broncos, an array of field goals, as you'll probably see here coming up for the Broncos, but that wouldn't matter in the final score, because, well, you'll see right here with Bridgewater throwing a pick to Aqib Talib on a terrible pass that goes for 6 points. So yeah, just a lot of mistakes. And there's another field goal by Denver put on the board, but thrown into the triple coverage from Bridgewater, and obviously that's going to get picked off 9 times out of 10. Unless you have Megatron or something jumping up to catch one over him. But another field goal added on to Denver's. And another interception by Darian Stewart. I'm trying to throw it in a circle on his back foot. What are you going to get out of that? Oh yeah, an interception, of course. And another field goal is added to Denver's score. So... and why would he even throw that? Another good jumped ball by the Broncos defense, and Chris Harris goes in for 6. And now from a 14-0 lead, it's 26-14, and a fumble, and another touchdown for the Broncos defense. How are we going to come back if the Broncos score 21 points on defense? That's more than we have on offense and defense combined. But as you can see, I get another catch to the 40-yard line, 20-yard catch and run, and that's only my 3rd reception. So these Broncos cornerbacks do not play around. Chris Harris Jr., Aqib Talib, 2 of the best cornerbacks in the league so far. Luckily, I got the Broncos defense on fantasy football, so that's giving me a real good shot to win games. And Charles Johnson scores a touchdown on TJ Ward right there. TJ Ward and Darian Stewart. And Emmanuel Sanders touchdown gives them a 15-point lead. And I probably should have aggressive catch that ball, but I tried the possession. But I don't think it would have mattered anyways, because he threw it right to Brandon Marshall. So. And CJ Anderson's going to make this a 57-28 game, which that kind of makes it impossible for us. And another interception. I don't know why Bridgewater's throwing the ball to me when there's a guy playing perfect coverage on me, but Chris Harris Jr. gets a 2nd interception of the game. And the busy Brandon McManus gets another field goal. This time I actually did go up for an aggressive catch, and I finally brought that one down. But even though he's got 402 yards and 3 touchdowns, Bridgewater's thrown 6 interceptions, 21 points off of his turnovers, and I think he tallied out to 8 this whole game. Which, if you have and there's his 8th, a fumble that Eric Wolf takes almost to the house, but luckily my linemen are fast enough to catch him. But when you have 8 turnovers by your quarterback, you're not going to win games. You're definitely not going to win games. But we give up 60 points as a team, and we are going to lose this one. For the second straight week, we're going to lose. And we get absolutely destroyed. So hopefully this could get better. Bridgewater can maybe hold on to the ball, give us a shot to win. But that's going to do it for this episode, and I'll catch you guys later.